Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Let's Play of The Wolf Among Us. We're at the third intermission of our wonderful story of The Wolf Among Us, and we're going to be taking a look at some more entries in the Book of Fables today. And I imagine that this is going to get very interesting, considering the characters that we met in the last episode. We still have a couple entries here that are locked to us, but I suppose we'll have to live with it. Yeah, we got two here that are also locked. We missed two, really. Interesting. So we met him, we met her. I think these are all characters that we have yet to read up on. Or situations, as the case may be. Troll funeral rites. The long absence. The gaze of Great Mother Death is always upon us. Beneath her affectionate eye we fight our battles. We nurse our wounds. We shout our victories. We endure our sorrows. And when we fall, she is there. Her embrace is the silence of the mountain, the heavy peace of the stone. Approximately translated. A troll funeral is a sacred ritual, passed down by oral traditions from troll mother to son. It begins at sunset with the creation of the cairn, a small pile of stones to represent the many generations of trolls that have traveled and died before them, the foundation upon which the living stands. Weapons are divided amongst the trolls' closest comrades. The body and the rest of their possessions are burned, and though each viewer must speak to the life of the lost, the eulogy's candor would make a Mundy blush. Interesting, so I wonder what they mean by that. But that does make sense with the trolls being a barbaric, for lack of a better word. Kind of warrior, tribal-esque sort of race. But got some interesting lore with the traditions here. I like it. Something that's never touched upon in the actual Fable series. I don't think they even mentioned trolls. Vivian, Georgie's girl. Much of Vivian's past is unknown, since she prefers not to talk about her life back in the homelands. She wanted to start fresh in Fabletown, but she finds herself working for Georgie at the Pudding and Pie. It's not a terrible life. Georgie took a liking to Vivian, so he doesn't make her take jobs at the Open Arms. Instead, she plays hostess, and helps Georgie ensure complete customer satisfaction. That would explain a lot. Yeah. Especially why she doesn't seem to loathe him quite so much as everybody else, and how she's inherited some of his hoity-toityness. So I really wonder who Vivian actually is. I know she's not Cinderella. Cinderella has a completely different role in the Fable series. Huh. Come on. Whoa, guys, let's not scroll that bad. Oh my god. Okay, I just need to use the arrows. Dr. Swinehart, the army surgeon. Dr. Swinehart is the resident Fabletown physician. So skilled in the art of instrumental surgery that he can safely operate on himself. He served as an army medic for many years, sometimes using his talents to impress the locals. He currently runs the special research section of the Knights of Malta Hospital, so named to discourage people from investigating what is actually a reserved Fables-focused health facility. Very interesting. Huh. So I wonder, is he actually a Fable himself, or is he just a really skilled surgeon? It would be interesting to find out. I imagine he's probably part of the Fables himself, but I don't know for sure. Flycatcher, the Frog Prince. There it is. I didn't want to say anything in the episode when we met him, but this is the story of Flycatcher. A former prince turned to a frog by a witch. The friendly, genial Flycatcher now carries the nickname as an unsubtle reference to his propensity for catching and eating flies. Well, if you were a frog for however many centuries, I mean, you'd probably pick up on a few habits too. His wife and their children were brutally murdered back in the homelands, a fact he attempts to deny himself by committing to a series of endless tasks and janitorial duties. Oh boy. Well, that just made a backstory way worse. The Trip Trap Bar, aka the Watering Hole. The oldest bar in New York City, the Trip Trap was established in 1725 in secret by Starkad, the legendary Viking and reprobate, as a place for fables to meet and drink and commiserate. Known then as the Grammarian's Tavern, he eventually lost it in a bet to a tribe of mountain trolls, who quickly renamed it and made it their own. Oh my god. That's too funny. Holly is the current proprietor, having inherited it from her mother when she died in a boating accident in the early 20th century. Interesting. Auntie Greenleaf, the white deer. Interesting. Horticulturist, alchemist, and lover of animals, Auntie Greenleaf is one of the few rogue witches still living outside of the 13th floor, unsupervised and unrestricted. Rumored to have lost a daughter in the homelands, she suffers paranoia and depressive mood swings, and will only venture outside at irregular hours under the guise of an ethereal, white deer, an oft-whispered specter of Brookhaven natives. Very interesting. That would also explain the, that would explain the appearance that she took on. Very interesting indeed. Poor Auntie Greenleaf. She does play the role rather well, but sometimes there's a few too many gaps. Glamour Tube, the handy disguise. And okay, that makes sense, because there's a white deer on the side of the tube. That's her trademark. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Glamours can be produced in a variety of ways, but one of the most common, due to its ease of use, is to take a small, hollowed-out tube or container and place within it several items unique to whomever the caster wants to copy. A witch is required for the reactionary charm. Two downsides of this type of glamour is that totally unique appearances are completely impossible, and the nature of the vessel makes it quite unstable. Interesting. And if she depends on her wood for the magic... The Ring of Dispel. The Arthurian Band. Reputed to be fashioned by a Byzantine clan in an attempt to ward off a coven of witches, the Ring of Dispel, or Dispelling Ring, or Magic Cancelling Ring, eventually was given to Lancelot by the Lady in the Lake. Recovered by the business office after the emigration to New Amsterdam, it was assigned to Greenleaf for caretaking. Really? Interesting. That explains why she would know so much about it. And of course, the bitch Bloody Mary. The true history of the person known as Bloody Mary is almost completely unknown, even to fables most acquainted with its members. Her name Mary, at least, is not up for contention, nor is her penchant for shocking violence, an inlaid resistance to magic and spells, and a strange ability to use any reflective surface as a portal, effectively shortcutting space and time. Thought by Mondays to be the wailing apparition of a childless ghost, though any evidence of that is as yet unseen. Interesting. I love the backstories that they put into this game. So now, yet again, we are left with the question of whodunit, which has kind of taken the back burner to the fact that we now have what is essentially the Fable Mafia. With the right-hand lady, as it were, being Bloody Mary, with the crooked man on top, organizing and orchestrating everything. And Ichabod Crane somehow got caught up in the wheels. Now, what I have to wonder about the crooked man is, who is he? And there was another question that I had on my mind, and I just forgot what it was. And what is with the murders? Because were they all attempts to frame Crane or otherwise send him blackmail, basically? Because a lot of the evidence points to Crane, but it doesn't add up. And with Bloody Mary, it kind of, all the pieces fit back together. And it would actually be very easy to put her down as the person who did it, considering the fact that she was wielding the woodsman's axe. But again, I already asked that question, what does the woodsman have to do with it if she has access to to his axe? I'm having trouble with my pronouns, apparently. God. I feel like that was kind of a short episode, so we can go ahead and take a look at achievements really quick. Just really quick. Most of these are just completing chapters. Okay, so we get achievements for unlocking Fable entries, more Fable entries, yeah, most of these are just chapter completion and Book of Fables. And there's no secret achievements, it seems. That's kind of a shame. Oh well. That's alright, though. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me on The Wolf Among Us. And I will see you in the next episode. Until then, have a wonderful day, and take care. Bye for now.